What is going on, Pacer Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice Pacers. Guys, in the midst of us trying to deal with the Colts draft pick right in the middle, the Pacers finished their game right as the Indianapolis Colts are picking Adonai Mitchell, and the Pacers finish game 3 of their first round series, and they take home the victory in a close one in an overtime matchup with the Milwaukee Bucks and win 121-118 off of a Tyrese Halliburton and one at the very end of the game. Cody, we were kind of following along with it. For the majority of this game, the Pacers were in the lead, at least early, and, were handling their business. And then until that fourth quarter came along, then that fourth quarter, the Milwaukee Bucks started picking it up.
Yeah.
And then Middleton just couldn't miss.
Yeah.
But Indy was able to make enough buckets at the end of the game to be able to hold on, dude.
Yeah, it was a very dramatic game. I mean, almost went into double overtime. That's how nuts it was in this game. I mean, Chris Middleton, dude, we'll get into that. Insane game from Chris Middleton. I mean, multiple clutch threes. When the Pacers, you think they have it, right, to end regulation, you think they have it. Middleton, and it's not like the Pacers didn't play good defense. Yeah. He just chucked it up and made it. And then the same deal with the second one. Miles Turner nearly blocks it. He nails it again. Yep. And fortunately, like you said, Tyrese Halliburton, although it wasn't his best performance, your superstar, when it mattered, showed up, Derek, and won you the game, frankly, and came in clutch when it mattered. Made the free throw, brought it back to a 3-point game, and then with less than 2 seconds, you were able to take care of business and hold them off. But yeah, talk about a dramatic back and forth type of game. Pacers at one point were up by double digits, Derek. I mean, and then obviously you talk about Milwaukee making that major comeback, especially in really that fourth quarter, like third and fourth quarter, they outscored the Pacers in both of those, and that really kind of contributed to that comeback. And then in overtime, I mean, it was very close as well. Yeah. So, yeah, it was definitely a nail-biter, but just glad the Pacers were able to take care of business at home. Caitlin Clark was in the building. Anthony Richardson was in the building.
The biggest superstars.
All the superstars convening on that one night for the Pacers' first playoff game since 2018, which is awesome. And the Pacers were able to take care of business, handle the Bucks, despite the fact that Chris Middleton played out of his mind in this game. The Pacers were still able to handle their business and take care of business against the Bucks and go up 2-1, which I think is massive, Derek, for them.
Absolutely. And the Pacers were able to win it while also shooting the worst from the field. Shot 43% from the field, shot 26.5% from three. This team over the last 3 weeks has been terrible from three.
Not as good.
They've been terrible from three. They need to get better at that if they want to be a contender. But the Milwaukee Bucks did not much better success either. Only shot 46.5% from the field and 32% from three. So neither team really shooting well today. The Pacers did out-rebound the Milwaukee Bucks, which is really good to see. Did out-assist them by 12. Tyrese Halliburton, I believe, actually had 16 by himself, so had half the assists for the Pacers tonight, which is insane to think about. They had more turnovers than the Pacers did, which is good. Fast break points, you dominated. Points in paint, about the same. So as far as shooting-wise, we didn't do better than them. But every other statistic is what kept the Pacers in this game, really.
Yeah, it's so funny how it's gone back and forth for the Pacers. First game, horrible shooting. Game 2, Pacers couldn't miss. And now game 3, it wasn't good. We'll just put it that way. 45 of 105 possible field goals. That's not a good thing. You can't have that and consistently win. So the fact that the Pacers shot noticeably worse than the Bucks in this game from pretty much every metric, but still were able to hold on, definitely shows you the resiliency of this team for sure, and definitely is encouraging. It's like you're going to have off nights now and again, but when it matters, the Pacers made the shots they needed to make. I mean, you talk about Aaron Nesmith in this game. Not a great night shooting for him either, but he had that clutch three. Obviously we talk as well with the whole thing with Tyrese Halliburton. Not a great shooting night for him, but when it mattered, you got the ball in the hands of your superstar, and he made a play, right? And not only did he not only did he score, but he got the and one bucket as well. So, I mean, that is just massive because say Chris Middleton does something stupid again and Tyrese misses that, it changes the whole complexion of that game. And maybe we're sitting here down 1-2. So like those little things, they matter. Those free throws, they matter. So definitely great to see the Tyrese Halliburton stepping it up when it mattered the most.
Yep. And we go now to the box score of this game, which is insane. Middleton again with the most points of anyone in this series so far with 42. Shot 16 of 29 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, had 10 rebounds, 5 assists. So this guy was on a tear in this game. Dame Lillard with 28 of his own. Shot terribly from the field, but did have 28 points. He had 12 free throws, which is absolutely insane. If you have 12 free throws, then that tells you that the refs are giving you favorable treatment. There's no way anyone should be getting 12 free throw attempts. But looking at this, the Bucks, they had 6 points from their bench. 6.
Wow. So
112 points of the 118 they scored came from their starters, which is absolutely insane. It's a very interesting thing to see there, but at the same time, you look at that and say, if your bench isn't contributing at all, you're not going to win a lot of games,
right?
Which is probably what kept Milwaukee out of the game for a good chunk of this. Now, when you go to the Indiana Pacers, a little bit of a different story. The leading scorer for the Pacers tonight, Miles Turner with 29, had 9 rebounds and 1 assist, also had a steal. Shot almost 50% from the field. Every starter for the Pacers played over 40 minutes tonight. So virtually no help from the bench either. Tyrese Halliburton played 46 of the 48 minutes, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And he ended up with the second most points. Actually had a triple-double in this game. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 16 assists, and also had a block. Yes, did not shoot well from the field tonight at all. It was a really bad performance by Tyrese Halliburton shooting-wise. But the one shot that needed to go down, he made it and ended up making that free throw, which put this team up the way it needed to be. That is very clutch. That's what we needed. Nembhard with 16, also had 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Naismith had 13, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block. And Naismith had that clutch 3 at the end of the fourth quarter, which kept the Pacers in the lead, but ultimately it didn't end up mattering because they ended up tying it anyway. Pascal Siakam with actually his worst performance of the playoffs so far, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block, shot less than 50% from the field. So again, no one outside of Nembhard really shooting the ball all that great. Miles Turner had an okay night shooting the ball. Now, from the bench perspective, Obi Toppin had 15 points tonight and 6 rebounds and had played only 17 minutes. So I think Obi Toppin had like 9 points in his first 8 minutes on the floor too. So he was making a point and over a point per minute on the floor. So he came out really hot. TJ McConnell, 16 minutes, had 7 points, a rebound, 2 assists. Didn't do a whole lot, but that's still something. And then, of course, when you got Ben Shepherd with 6 points as well. So you did get at least some modest points from what your bench because it was majorly just the starters tonight.
Right. And it seems like Rick Carlisle's really set on this lineup that he's had, not going as deep as he did in game 1. I think, at least the last 2 games, it seems like he's learned his lesson, that was a very stupid decision by him and the coaching staff. And so, if you're going to do this, you've had, 2-3 days of rest, give your starters 40 minutes. And that's what you could do here in this case. And ultimately, that's what mattered. Because can you imagine if they went to guys like Walker, McDermott, Kendall Brown, some of those guys, Ijax, right? That could have been the difference in this game. So just very glad to see that the Indiana Pacers were ultimately able to rely on their starters, rely on their superstars. And, man, I hope Obi Toppin comes back to Indiana this next year because he was absolutely fantastic again tonight. I think it's fair to say that he is right now the way better option than Jalen Smith. I mean, Jalen Smith has been trash as of recent, not as good nearly as Obi Toppin. So Obi Toppin absolutely deserves the minutes he's getting. Ben Shepherd, nothing crazy, but he's been very efficient for the Pacers and put in some good minutes off the bench, which is great to see. So, yeah, man, overall, Definitely not a great night for the Pacers in terms of shooting-wise, but a great night in the fact that they do take the series lead 2-1. They do have, I believe, another home game coming up here, Derek, and they'll have an opportunity here to make it 3-1. And we'll see about Giannis. I mean, he didn't play again tonight, so we'll see moving forward. Does he even play in this series? We don't know 100% yet. Yep. Well, we shall check up on that. But, yeah, guys, that'll do it for this one. Let us know your thoughts here on the Indiana Pacers taking care of business against the Milwaukee Bucks and going up 2-1 on the series. Colt is happy. Hope you're happy as well. And, guys, if you're not already tuning into our draft coverage, be sure to do that as well. Sorry, I don't know if you can see me or not. But we're in the middle of this, so we thought we would just jump on real quick, do a quick recap of this Pacers win as the Pacers go up 2-1. That'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much. And, as always, go Pacers.